welcome to the Drowning Pools podcast. This is episode 54, and we have Deshaun, Derek, and myself as always.
And my favorite little guest here is Mr. Red Bull.
Mr. Red Bull, and my favorite guest here is Coffee.
Mine is Mary Jane. I love you, Mary Jane.
I love how we all have our own thing. It's fantastic. So, as the question we always like to ask, what you guys do this week?
Well, I saw the Sonic movie.
Oh no!
I saw the Sonic movie.
Oh no! I had the opportunity to go see it, but I was like, nah. I kind of don't. I'm not interested at all, really.
Fuck that.
You should have. You really should have.
I'm good.
I know you're not going to, but not until
I'll wait for it to come onto like a streaming service. It'll be on Netflix in like
I was gonna say.
So
it'll be free at some point.
Yeah, it was super cliche, but I also had an appropriate amount of fun for how long I was in the theater.
Okay.
Same. That's pretty much the exact same thing I could say. It's like it was good enough where I didn't hate all my time other than the trailers. So before we even get talking about the Sonic movie, can I say how much I fucking hate these trailers that played before it?
Oh, you mean the 20 minutes of bullshit?
Yes.
Okay,
yeah. Yeah, like that was the reason why I was questioning myself. I was texting Deshaun while I was at the movies.
Yeah, you were like, "Why am I even here? Why am I even watching this?"
For 15 minutes of because I got there pretty much exactly at the time it was starting because I knew I didn't want to wait that long.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm watching the trailers, and there was maybe 2 trailers I liked out of the 20 minutes of trailers.
Trailers are getting a little ridiculous because I remember there used to be like 2 or 3 trailers maybe in front of a movie, but now it's like 5 or 6.
It's not insane. Even that. That's not the issue I had. The issue I had was every child movie is just like child movie plus famous actor, child movie plus famous actor.
Like the Sonic movie?
Well, yeah, pretty much.
I wonder why they were showing those ads there.
Jim Carrey hard fucking carried that movie.
Yes, he did. 100%. Okay, well, let me rephrase that. He didn't hard carry the movie, but he definitely did like a really fucking good job.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah, I don't fucking know what I want to say Jimmy, but that's not his name. The main human dude.
Donut Lord.
We're gonna call him
Donut Lord.
Yeah, Donut Lord. And Sonic, they did okay. Like they were fine. They were serviceable as protagonists.
They were serviceable. They were a little bit above serviceable for protagonists, I'd say.
Yeah, they were decent. But Jim Carrey made Eggman
look like
stupid
Eggman.
And extremely smart and hateable. And it's like it was just over the top enough to be like, oh yeah, this is a cartoon, and just realistic enough to be like, oh fuck, this could be real.
So instead of thinking about this being Sonic's origin story, I feel like this is more Eggman's origin story.
100%.
Okay, that makes sense. Hence him not being a fat sack of shit like he normally is,
and not bald.
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, no, like so this is 100%. I feel like Eggman's origin story because Sonic was like, Is
that scene from the trailer where Jim Carrey's all Eggman'd out, where he's like bald and got the glasses and has his weird hair? Is that for like
that is at the very end?
I fucking knew it because they show it in the trailer.
Spoilers.
And he's like the perfect image of Eggman in the trailer almost. He's just not fat, I don't think. And then so I was like, why
at the end?
Why is that in the trailer? Like it's so weird. I hate that.
But it is an important direction they're taking it, and I'm quite happy with it. I will probably go see the sequel.
Okay.
Maybe not in theaters, but I will definitely be looking for the sequel. I'm looking
Keon had free
to
tickets, so that's why I went.
Okay. Sense. But yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to the sequel. I just may not do it in the theaters.
Yeah.
All right. So, yeah. Back to the trailers real quick. There was one trailer I liked, and that was basically a D&D-esque trailer.
Oh, God.
Where it was like... But it was just all the stereotypes of D&D thrown together as this group of this family, these 2 teens, trying to make their dad whole because they only summoned the bottom half of the dude's dad.
Oh yeah, that shit actually looked pretty like, as far as like Disney / Pixar shit goes, that looked pretty good.
The premise of the story and the writing, or not the writing, but the premise of the story, really, really dumb. Wasn't looking forward to it. Thought it was going to be really stupid. But the amount of visual gags they had in there, with the person only having half a body, was fucking great. Mm-hmm. So it was just his legs and no torso. And they put a sweater jacket and a hat and glasses on the top body to make it look like a person.
Okay.
And there's a part where he's about to walk off a cliff, and the little brother tries to stop him from walking off the cliff, and then he just pushes all the clothes off, and the body falls anyways.
Okay.
That shit had me rolling.
Did you happen to catch the name of this movie?
Yes, but I forget it. Deshaun. I can barely remember the name of the Sonic movie.
If you say so. I mean, I'm just saying I remember the things that interest me, So.
Deshaun, I remember the very few things that interest me. Names are very bad in my head. I will look it up real quick. But so there was that trailer, and I feel like that's the only one I really remember that I actually enjoyed looking at.
I can't imagine a ton of trailers before a kids movie are very enticing.
The other one that made me laugh, or not laugh, but kind of smile a little bit, was the Batista child movie.
Oh, the CA one, yeah.
Yeah, that kind of made me laugh because I'm like,
what?
You would just kill the kid, wouldn't you?
Wait, so is he like a CIA agent, but also he's carrying around a kid with him?
So basically, the premise is he's a CIA agent, and a kid walks in on the operation, and now he has to teach her how to be a secret agent, or else she's gonna something.
Oh,
tell people.
Exactly. Yeah. And the only thing I liked about it was it's just Batista and a child. And it's just the size difference because Batista is 6 whatever, huge, and this girl was child.
I guess Batista didn't learn from the horrific bomb that was Stuber. That movie that nobody saw.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, you know what? To have a career, you have to have some bombs.
Not really.
I don't know. Like,
that's not true.
I feel like it's not going to be. I feel like it's not going to be great, but
I don't think it's going to be great either.
I would probably go see that on a date because it looks like it's not going to be so terrible as to need my money back.
Yeah.
That looks like a good time waster. If I don't want to think about anything and just laugh, then I would probably go see that. It looks not that bad.
Mm-hmm.
It does not look good, but it looks not that bad.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
You know how I am.
I don't know. I do know how you are, which is why I'm never going to the movies with you ever.
I mean, I'm fine at the movies. I'm pretty quiet, and I just watch the movie. But once we get out, I'm like, wow, that sucked.
So yeah, exactly.
You want to go. This is what you want to do. You want to take Deshaun to a movie 3 or 4 weeks after it already came out, and he knows a lot about the story, so you can talk to him about the movie while he's watching the movie. He won't call it super dumb until you leave the theater, so you get a whole 2 hours of him being actually manageable.
Because definitely when I was watching Aquaman in the theater, I was shifting around, not really paying attention anymore. Because it started to suck so bad that I was like, I would literally rather find something else to do while I'm in here. I do get bad when the movie is bad enough. When the movie is so terrible, I'm like, oh god, this sucks. I'll whisper that shit.
Yeah,
especially during loud.
I will say, the thing about the Sonic movie that was kind of depressing was including the Keon, myself, and the friend that we went with. There was a total of 10 people in the theater.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't this movie come out last week?
Well, I mean,
2 weeks ago.
No, two weeks ago. I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's significantly better.
It came out on 14th.
Okay.
And it's it's the kind of movie that if you really wanted to see this movie, you were probably gonna go see it. You know, when it first dropped in that first week. You know.
Okay, but put this in the context. I saw this on Thursday, right? So it hadn't even been out a full week, and the theater was fucking empty. I went in. I legit thought we were just gonna have the theater to ourselves, which I was super happy about because I love to talk during movies. I don't in public theaters, but when I'm watching movies at home, I love to talk.
Yeah.
So I was about to be like, yes, and then other people walked in. I'm like, fuck. Like.
All right. So the movie that I was thinking of is called Onward. That's the name of it.
That is that. Okay. I've seen some stuff for that, but I haven't really sat down and looked at a trailer or nothing. Just looks like another kids movie or whatever. So I was like, whatever.
So yeah, my theater was also mostly empty.
That's the best kind of theater.
But
straight up.
But yes, it is the best kind of theater. However, the 5 people that were in it was like 5 or 6 people that were in my theater, and 3 of them were old ladies. All 2 of them were together and 1 was by herself. I'm like, what are you guys doing here? I feel like they're like, oh, my kids talked a lot about this movie. I should probably see what they're talking about.
Yeah. Well, they've come to see about that. I think I told you this when you were talking to me about it. I was like, they came to see that movie from when they were about that video game from when they were 30.
Like, oh, I remember playing this game when I was 20, 30.
You know, when I was too old to be hit by nostalgia for it, but still care to come see it anyway.
And then 40 years later, maybe I'll get into video games. Maybe I will.
That's the crazy thing to me.
And then,
like old people getting into video games all of a sudden.
Yo, that is always hilarious. Like I love hearing those stories. Like there's one woman who got into WoW after her husband died.
Oh jeez.
And she needs a new time sink.
Right.
I'm sorry, that was dark.
I mean, you're not wrong though.
I want to see like an old lady get into like League of Legends, and just be toxic as fuck.
There's an old dude who does it.
Yeah,
I don't know if he's not toxic though, but
there's that team in Counter-Strike that's like it's all like 80-year-olds and up. They're just playing Counter-Strike because they want to.
Yeah, and they're pretty good at it.
Yeah. I don't know. It's one of those things where it makes me happy because I'll probably never be a pro gamer, but I can at least enjoy gaming until I die.
Yeah, that's how I want to be. I want to be that 6-year-old guy at an FGZ event, just chilling with everybody.
I wonder, like, since our generation and like the 1 or 2 before us are pretty, into gaming. So I'm figuring there's probably going to be like an old people focused game coming out, probably in a few years.
Yeah, dude, Farmville.
Just all about old people, or like Farm Simulator, Truck Simulator, Driving Simulator.
I think a lot of those games are probably that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Is it bad? I really enjoy those games.
No, I mean, I think that's still a good experience.
I think Death Stranding is another one of those games for old people.
Yeah, that's true. But I think Death Stranding also has a little bit too much weird shit going on for a lot of old people to really jive with.
Yeah, but it could also be one of those things like, where's the story going? And they just continue to play until they're
I mean, if they get wrapped up in like the mystery, then I'm sure they'll play. But once they get to that ending, they'll be like, oh, that was stupid, and I still don't really get it.
That was that makes no sense.
Sorry, I was looking on Reddit, and there's obviously a shitpost, but it's like on the Dragon Ball subreddit, and it's like 6 base Goku solo TOD. Dude gets a level 3 hand spirit bomb, sparks, hits a raw heavy, and then spirit bombs into level 3 spirit bomb and just kills him.
I think I saw that.
It's it's so dumb, but at the same time, I love it.
So I've been seeing some stuff go around Twitter right now where it's like someone's like, oh man, it's so dumb that people can do infinite air legs or infinite air stuff, and I'm like, you guys do realize there's no mix to that. That's just them hitting you in the head over and over again. If they were touching the ground then doing it again, I could see that being different. Also, I don't know very much about the game, so hey, I could be completely wrong, but it definitely looks like there's zero mix involved, and that ain't really a thing.
Oh, for Dragon Ball?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't... People complain about the stupidest shit. Well, it's like Infinite Air Legs, too. That loses the 2H. Because 2H is air invincible.
Well, no, you can infinite block it. So you do a air leg jab, air leg jab, air leg jab, and it causes it so that way you can't do anything during it.
Oh. Yeah, that's kind of retarded, but
again, there's no mix to it. So like you just block high, and then hey, you block the whole thing. They use all 7 meters. Like it was during a match, and someone was like complaining about it. It's like they used all 7 meters, and then once it finished, then you got mixed. But you didn't get mixed during the time they were just doing air legs.
Yeah, I don't know. Like people, the issue that I have is that I'm unskilled, and so I don't necessarily have an accurate view on the game. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, I'm skilled enough to understand that there's a lot of really, really bad FGC players in Dragon Ball that are good at Dragon Ball, but not necessarily good at fighting games.
Yeah. Oh, there's that's a big window of topic that I like to talk about.
Sure, why not? Fuck it, I brought it up.
It's just one of those things where it's like there's learning your combos and learning when to use your combos, but then there's also learning how to branch out from those basic combos to actually fill more situations. Because a lot of times people just fish for their combo starters, and I'm not away from that. That's still what I do half the time too. But like I know that I'm just fishing, especially in Marvel. Like Marvel's one of those games where all I know is how to fish. That's all I can do.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I don't. The issue that the reason I got disillusioned with Dragon Ball, it was because of that shit. You know, mm-hmm. It was like I didn't spend a ton of time in
lab.
Yeah, in lab, and like I knew a basic bread and butters and stuff, but I didn't know all the like extensive combos that people are finding out. Mm-hmm. And I paid for that online. You know.
Yeah.
Like I would find openings, but I would take like 3/4 of a character, and they would take a full character,
or just about a full character.
Yeah, you know, stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. No, so it's just like I feel it because that's where I'm in Power Rangers right now with 2.0. Is that I'm struggling so much. I'm starting to find some footing, but like I'm struggling so much because I can't find ways to open people up with my team. I'm starting to figure things out though. It's finally starting to take root, but like it's taken me so long because I had to drop Gia. I can't play her anymore. I dropped every single one of her combos.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know. I just completely put that game down.
I know you did. I'm going to tournaments for it though, so.
Yeah, I wanna pick it back up, but there's just so much shit that I'm like trying to also do, and it's just like
you have to pick your games.
There are a stupid amount of games about to come out. Like
there are insane. A stupid amount of games that are about.
Like I just picked up.
I wanna.
Go ahead.
Good. No, after you.
I was saying I just picked up the Mega Man Zero ZX collection, and I had forgotten that was even coming out, and then I'd forgotten until like a few days ago. I was like, oh shit, I got pre-order that.
Oh, and the Dead Cells expansion just came out too.
Dead Cells expansion is coming out. Fucking FF7 is coming out. Doom coming out. Animal Crossing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hell yeah. I'm excited for Animal Crossing.
And this is all within like the first like quarter of the year. Or the first third, I think.
And then DMC 3 on Switch just came out.
Yep.
It's the entire HD collection, right?
No, it's just DMC 3.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the whole collection's on there, but DMC 3 got like a lot of new patches.
I thought it was just DMC 3.
No, like so. I thought one
and two.
No,
are all on there.
It's just one because 2's not on there.
Okay, so it's one.
It's 1 and 3. Yeah, 2's definitely not on there.
But 3 still got that big patch though, is the thing.
Yeah, 3 got the weapon switching patch, which basically makes the game cake easy. Like the combo videos
that come out so much cooler.
Nuts. Yeah, it's way cooler. It
DMC
makes
2's on the Switch.
Is it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's so weird. I could have sworn I heard people talking about how they literally just cut it out because it sucks. Because they were just like, don't even bother putting it on there because it's the one that's not good.
That might have been just a meme.
Who knows?
Yeah, it's $20.
That's weird.
Lol.
Oh well. Wait, DMC2 is $20 specifically? Like just DMC2, or is that for all of
by
them?
itself.
That's way too much.
No,
for
that's by
DMC2.
itself.
That's
So
yeah, no, right?
That's ridiculous.
They're probably all $20. All three of them are probably $20.
Yeah, because it'll come out to $60. It's like paying for one full game.
Yeah.
You know what's funny is that I have the HD collection for my PS3.
Me too.
That was like $10.
Yeah.
And it's 1, 2, and 3.
I think I got mine for like $8. Like it's super super cheap.
Which I still need to fucking get through. God, you know the other thing I have to fucking get through is goddamn Ni no Kuni. I bought Ni no Kuni 1 and 2. Like I bought Ni no Kuni 2 when it came out, and I played it for like 2 hours, and then I bought Ni no Kuni 1 right after that. I still need to get through those games. It's my PlayStation 3, so it just sits there.
I know nothing
I just
about
keep
Ni no
forgetting
Kuni,
it.
except how it rolls off the tongue.
It does roll off the tongue pretty well.
It's a little bit like Pokemon, but not quite really.
Okay.
So it's Temtem.
Yeah, well, it's a little bit more like Pikmin mixed with Zelda. If that makes sense. Like you have a bunch of dudes that help you out, but it's also just like a JRPG.
Have either of you played the Pikmin games?
Oh yes, I have.
I haven't even.
I actually have
touched them at all.
not, despite basically
Hours
being all
and
over
hours and hours in those
Okay.
games.
So we got a resident Pikmin enthusiast and expert here.
No, not at all. But I did play the shit ton of the beginning of Pikmin and Pikmin 2 multiple times. I never owned the games. I've never owned those games is the problem.
Okay.
I borrowed them and I would play the shit out of them, and then I'd have to give them back, and then I'd re-borrow them and then play the shit out of them. Those kind of games are like my favorite type of games for no fucking reason. I don't know why they're so appealing, but I watch them all the time, or I play them all the time. It's like the clicking games for me. It's called the click. It's like ad cap and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Those.
If I get drawn into it, I don't know why, but it's just like the micromanagement always makes me excited. It's probably why I like RTSs so much, except for people who do Rushdown, because I don't like that kind of micromanagement. I like micromanaging economy. Okay.
I get you. I mean, I don't get you, but I get you.
Like you
I feel like you would get really into an RTS if you put in the time.
I probably would. It's just as long as it's not like one of the Rushdown heavy RTSs where you can set up defenses and stuff. Because that's the thing that fucks me over all the time, is that I don't like to build military until my people are happy.
I mean, if you just play StarCraft, the only people are the military, so they're always happy.
I was gonna say, yeah, your people won't be happy if they're fucking wiped out by an invading enemy force.
No, they won't.
I want to put
They will
up
not.
walls. Build that wall!
I usually do.
I will say, StarCraft 2 is free to play right now, so if you want to try it out, now's the time.
Nah, I'm not Korean.
Yeah. I've tried playing that game, and I got fucked over by getting rushed every single time.
Well, that doesn't happen as much anymore.
Yeah, Cameron.
But anyway, also,
you know what RTS I like? Supreme Commander. That's the RTS I like.
Let's say Age of Empires.
That one I also love, but like I think I'm better at Supreme Commander than I am at Age of Empires.
Okay. Hey, Derek.
What's good?
Did you ever finish Super Hot?
Fuck no.
It's the most innovative Wolfen Doom I've played in years.
I started playing it. I never got around to finishing it.
Is it a Wolfen Doom?
Yeah. Yeah, it's got weird shit going on, but it's basically a Wolfen Doom. The only real weird mechanic is there's a bunch of weird mechanics, but like the weirdest thing is the time aspect of it, where moving makes time move forward.
Yeah.
And so because of that, like bullets move slow as fuck, so it's a little more manageable, I think, than your average Wolfen Doom first person shooter.
Yeah.
But manageable to a point, because they throw
gets
stuff
hectic
in there. Yeah, it does get hectic.
Yeah.
That's a fun ass game. It's also not just a Wolfendoom. It's a horror game.
Puzzle game.
It's like it's like an
and a horror game.
It's an existential horror game. It's fucking weird. Like the ending is nuts.
Yeah, I would definitely say it's like it's a horror mixed with puzzle mixed with a Wolfendoom.
Yeah.
It's got puzzling aspects.
Because the horror aspects come not necessarily from the gameplay itself, but just from the story around it and what's going on.
Yeah.
Which is really fascinating. Even like the main menu is all part of the game. Like,
like
it's so crazy.
Yeah, there's some crazy shit in that game.
It's fun. I started doing like it's become like that game. Like for a couple days, I would come home from work and I would just need to unwind, so I would just boot it up and go into endless mode and just kill the fuck out of dudes, which always feels good.
Yeah, that for me right now is StarCraft.
Yeah.
That like wind down game. I guess I don't really wind down. It's more like get more fucking stressed.
My wind down game is League right now.
Yeah.
I've just like legit stopped playing League.
Good.
Uh-oh.
Stop. Don't do it.
The shackles are broken. Freedom.
I mean, League hasn't been like a quote unquote addiction for me for like probably about 4 years. Like once I got out of high school and I started just doing college stuff, it stopped really being something that I needed to do, but I do it because my friends are doing it. Like that's just what we do.
Gotcha.
But like my friends don't talk to me anymore, so I've basically just been playing single player games.
Yo, I feel that so much. My friends just don't talk anymore.
Yeah, well, it's like
I'm cool.
I'll be like with Mike or whatever, right? And their entire group's there, but they just don't invite me. So it's just like, not to air dirty laundry, but like it's just one of those things where it's like, well, okay, they're doing their own thing, so I'll just go play StarCraft.
Yeah. Like I get that, but I mean, like I don't blame my friends for that kind of stuff. But
I kind of do a little bit.
Okay, well I don't.
Because I keep telling them, hey, if you're playing a game, invite me, and then they don't invite me, and I'm like, well, fuck you too.
I gotcha. You tell them. I haven't told them to do any of that, so like I don't blame them.
Yeah, it's not like every day, but it's like if I see them on and they're not doing anything, I'm like, hey, if you're gonna play a game, let me know.
Yeah,
and then they all go offline.
Like, fuck. Yeah.
See, but yeah, no, League has been my calm down game because I just don't take that game seriously.
Yeah, I know.
Like I'll play as hard as I can, but
wait. Hold up, Ninja. What games do you take seriously?
Did he say he doesn't take what's called seriously anymore?
No, it's the opposite. It's too serious. So I was saying,
Okay. Yeah, because
this
my
is
god,
the one game I don't take seriously. Okay. Well, like what about
that was the dumbest.
Yeah,
that was the dumbest thing.
Ninja He gets worse and worse. Like leave him alone for a little while, he just gets worse and worse.
Have you guys caught the ninja meme?
The new one going around where it's like it's just a game. It's such a weak mindset. People are changing it to like it's just a meal or whatever. Yeah, it's
like my favorite one. It has to be the Sonic one where they put it to what's his name's voice. Whatever the hero or the villain was from. God, what's the game? The stupid game where you have to be buddies with Sonic. You make your own OC.
Oh, Sonic Forces.
Sonic Forces. Yeah. That. Yeah, so they made a meme where it was him talking about what's called people who use it's just a game are the weakest mindsets. This whole villain aspect to it. I'm like, holy shit, this is well edited.
See, the thing is, I don't have an issue with people saying it's just a game in relation to certain things. If you're getting pissed at like a single player game that isn't Dark Souls, I think it's accurate, Yeah. Because then it's just like, okay, yeah, you're right. This is just a game. I can beat this. If it's a multiplayer game, that's essentially like the same thing as getting upset when you lose a soccer game, whatever.
Yeah, no, like
people will still say it's just a game, but putting the fucking fire of competition into that game is not. The game isn't the issue. It's the fact that you lost that's the issue.
Yeah. No, so like my whole thing is I don't like the phrase "it's just a game," except to troll people because they're too upset about something. Not because let me rephrase that. Not because they're too upset, but because they're outlashing at their friends. Wink, wink, hint, hint.
Okay, no, you pissed me off.
I know I did.
Because I'm actively like this would be like in most fighting games that we play, where I just put down the controller and go take a shower while you're playing and trying to get better. That is the exact same shit.
Oh,
and it pisses me off because I'm trying to get better at League, and that's fine that you don't want to take the game seriously. But like when I'm saying we should do this, and this, and you're like, it's just a game. I'm like, no, I'm actively trying to get better.
Yeah.
Let me practice.
There's a level.
No. So
I got you. Look, all right. There's a level of like, respect people have for the thing they do, for the hobby or whatever. So I kind of understand where like Ninja's coming from, where he takes Fortnite very seriously. As stupid as that is, it's he takes it very seriously. When people are like, it's just a game about this thing that he takes very seriously, I can see where it frustrates me. You say over anything, like they're saying, like, I'm trying to get good at this, and you're kind of fucking me up, and you're just saying it's just a game. Well, it's just a game that I want to fucking get good at. It's something I want to enjoy, and I can't enjoy it if I'm getting shit all over. But at the same time, you gotta let that go. You got like,
the day I said that to Derek was literally just to piss him off because I knew it would, because he pissed me off.
The thing is, and I was talking about this to Keon to like get my thoughts straight.
Yeah.
The issue isn't you not taking the game seriously. The issue is you making fun of me and saying that when I'm trying to take the game seriously.
The only reason why I said that to make fun of you was because you were yelling at me, and I don't like being...
You've said it multiple times, guys.
I haven't said it multiple times.
You have.
No, I haven't.
Because I know it happens at least twice.
But I just don't like people yelling commands at me.
And I like practicing my macro. Look, I also don't like getting thrown when I'm playing against Balrog, but that shit ain't stopping.
To be fair, Cameron, you do easily incite rage in people. I'm surprised you haven't been tracked down by a giant mob wielding pitchforks and torches.
I don't incite rage in people unless I'm playing video games.
Were you not playing a video game?
Yes, I was.
Well, there you go.
I was indeed. But yeah, no, it's just one of those things. I hate being yelled commands, and it's one of my biggest pet peeves.
Yet somehow you're having fun in the Dark Souls LP.
Well, yeah, you're not yelling commands at me though.
That's
like
true.
you're just yelling. You're yelling suggestions.
Well, the other thing that pissed me off about that was that now that you're saying this, it really pisses me off. You asked what you should do. You asked, what do you think I should do here? And I said, we should do this, this, and this. And then you didn't do that, and you just went, and I'm like, well, fuck.
I did half of it, and then I fucked up.
Yeah, and that's fine. And then you said it's just a game, and that's not fine. It sounds like it's a breakdown of communication is what it really sounds like.
Yeah, pretty much. Usually what it comes down to.
That's funny.
Again, I don't mind if you want to jack off. That's chill.
Yeah.
But like that's like someone asking, "What should I do with this paper?" And I'm like, "Oh, you should fix this and this and this."
Yeah, but
and then they fix half of it, and then they're like, "Why didn't I get an A?" And I'm like, "Well, I fucking wonder."
Yeah. Well, I mean,
it's just a paper.
The other thing is, I was playing in a role that I'm really not comfortable with.
Well, the game that I'm talking about, you were playing Nautilus.
Yeah. I was playing. Okay, the game I was thinking of was Nautilus Support.
Okay, yeah.
That's the one where that's the most recent one that I remember where I was just like, God, I'm getting real tired of this shit.
Yeah, the one that I was thinking of, I have a couple of them that I can think of where you're playing Nautilus top lane, and it was just like, well, okay then, like, guess we die now.
Yeah, like the one I'm thinking of specifically is the last time it happened, which was I was playing support and you were playing ADC, and like for the first like 5-10 minutes, you're just getting pissed off and yelling different commands here and there, and then I fucked up like one time with an engage, and you said some backhanded comment that wasn't really meant for me. It was meant for the enemy team, but I just took it personally.
Was it something like, oh fuck, they played that really well or something like that?
It wasn't something mundane like that, but it was more like something about how I engaged and how the other team had the upper hand because they were hitting the next level right away. But we didn't we didn't say that they're hitting level right away right before I went in until after I was already in. And then you slowly were just like, and then they're gonna do this, and then they're gonna do this while we were fighting, like just calmly, just talking about what they're going to do. And then all that just came true, and it pissed me the fuck off because I'm just like, I know what's fucking happening. I know. And then you got really fucking frustrated after we both died because you tried to save it and it just didn't work.
Yeah.
And then you made this backhanded comment, not trying to like actually do anything. You're just trying to say the obvious. But you said it off in a pissed off way, and I'm just like, fuck. This is just a fucking game.
This is why
I feel like
you guys need to learn to manage your anger like I do, and use it to become stronger.
I feel like my voice conveys a lot more anger than I generally feel.
Probably.
Especially when I'm playing video games. Because when I do get upset, and I do, my voice usually gets very monotone. Like, more monotone than usual.
Yeah.
But, like, fucking, when I'm angry, I'm, like, actually angry, you know?
Yeah. Like,
it's funny, because I've had people be like, why are you upset? I'm like, I'm not. I'm just telling you we should do this, this, and this. They're like, you sound mad. And I'm like, I'm not mad. Well, I'm getting mad now. Like,
it's okay. You're that and my salt are on the very same level.
Yeah, pretty much.
Although my salt seems like I'm an aggressive, angry alcoholic. No, I'm just salty. Just salty.
Wait, Dad, no.
Because I get physically salty, not like emotionally salty. Oh, I also get I get yelly, but I get yelly and
but you get movie when you get salty.
Yeah, I get all shaky and want to hit things, but not like actually hit things. But I just think about hitting things.
You'll like spin around in your chair and shit, and lean back and like fuck around with shit. Yeah, you move around a lot when you get salty.
The worst thing I'll do is I'll punch my controller, but like not like punch
hard,
is just like start mashing the buttons. Like, why the fuck did you not fucking work?
Yeah, I've been on like a years-long campaign to like fix my mental when it comes to like getting upset.
Mm-hmm.
And admittedly, much better than when I started. But a couple things that I've been doing recently that I need to fix are like, if something really, really upsetting happens, or it's just like completely out of left field and I wasn't expecting it, I'll slam my mouse down.
Okay.
And it's not good, and I should stop doing it. But at the same time, a lot of times it just happens and I don't even think about it. I just do it as like a fuck. And like I'd like trying to hit my desk, you know?
Yeah.
Which also shouldn't do, but whatever. And then I hear the click of my mouse hitting the desk, and I'm like, damn it. Like every time.
Yeah, like my thing is like getting aggression out through physical means, as long as you're not breaking anything. Like there's a key thing. As long as you're not breaking anything or having any like outward effect on other people, it's not that big of an issue. If you want to like slap your desk, don't punch your desk. But if you want to slap your desk or bang something around a little bit, go for it. As long as you're not wasting money,
actually breaking shit, yeah,
breaking TVs, putting your fist through a TV, anything that breaks anything. Why the fuck are you doing that? That is crazy. You're insane.
Or you could do what I always do: take a mental note and think to yourself, someone will pay for this later, and then move on with your day.
Yeah, that someone is me. Oh my god. Yeah, no, I've been trying to work on that though, which is why most of my quote unquote like rage, most of my upsetness comes out of my voice now, because I don't generally do a lot of like movement stuff.
I'm very animated.
Yeah. Well, like I used to be, and then I realized that the more animated I was, the more I would be likely to do something stupid, like punch something or break something.
Gotcha.
And so I've just been trying to focus it all on my voice, which makes me sound very bad on like Discord calls, for example, because I'll be very upset vocally, but if you look at me, besides me yelling, and if you just took that out, it's like, oh, he's just playing a game.
Yeah,
like,
he's just there. Yeah.
Yeah. It's just like, it's really funny the disconnect.
I feel it.
I've been trying to think of like what my tells are when I'm angry, and all I can think of is
existing.
Yeah, I'm gonna say like, am I awake?
No. So Deshaun's tells if he's angry, he quiets down a little bit.
Oh yeah.
And just he just accepts everything that's going on until the breaking point.
Yep.
So he'll like,
because that's me trying to like rein it in before it kind of goes nuts. And that's me trying to be like, all right, let's try to figure this shit out before I fucking lose my goddamn mind. And that's like the last. That's like plan Y. You know, that's like the last.
It's hilarious.
Thing.
I was up at Deshaun's when he was working on the new intro for the podcast.
Bro, I was.
And the first time he's trying to work on it, he's trying to figure out how to make this masking option work. And
oh fuck! I think I remember hearing about this.
Yeah, I think we talked about it on the podcast. And man, that was the funniest descent into madness.
I was so heated. I was mad as fuck.
And like, there's things I knew about like how to do certain things, but I didn't know exactly what he wanted. So I was like trying to help out, and every now and then he was just like, "Yeah, Cameron, we're gonna fucking try."
Because I had been sitting there for like 30 minutes trying to figure it out, right? And I was like, this shit took me 5 seconds. So now I'm fucking pissed off.
It didn't help that we were talking half the time too. Yeah. So like,
you were worried about this shit too.
You're looking for stuff, and then you'd get distracted with our conversation, and you'd look for more stuff.
And I'm like, why? Yeah. And it's because I'm like looking up tutorials and shit. It's like, yeah, you can do this in Photoshop. And I'm like, I have Photoshop, and I'm sitting here looking for the options, and they're not there. Come to find out, it's the wrong kind of Photoshop. But whatever. So that it was just like a huge like a domino effect of things that just pissed me off to the point where I was like, all right, I can't function right now. I can't even focus. I'm seeing red, you know.
So I just jumped on my phone and played some games while he figured it out.
Yeah.
Dude, I swear to God, like, playing video games has prepared me to work in customer service. Mm-hmm. Because the amount of, like, stress and anger that I have to keep in to answer people's stupid fucking questions all day.
That's true.
Is, like, I would not have the same amount of patience if I didn't fucking, like, play Kingdom Hearts 2 on not brutal, but fucking proud
you know
mode.
What?
It's just like it's shit like that.
The tedious frustration in video games is like a million times worse than some asshole at your job who is a little shitty, you know? Because you're dealing with that video game shit for like hours and hours, and at work it'll be for like 10 minutes, you know?
See, guys, I don't know what the fuck is wrong with you guys. I have no problem talking to stupid customers.
Well, here's what I'm saying. Like, I don't take it seriously now when I have a customer who's angry. I just laugh.
Yeah.
Because I know what real frustration is. I know what actually being mad and pissed off at whatever's going on in my current area is, right? Like, I'm playing a game where I gotta scrounge for 2 hours to level up 50 times, whatever the fuck, you know? But at work, it's just some douchebag who's mad there weren't pepperonis on his pizza. It's like, whatever, dude, I don't give a shit. We'll give you a whatever. Bye. I got other people to take care of. Yeah. You know, it's like that kind of thing where I'm trying not to laugh in your face, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Every once in a while, I have people like that. Or most people, I would say, is like that. So every once in a while, I'll have someone where I'm just like, yeah, we'll get you a drink right now. And, like, sorry about that. It, you know, like, you make the normal excuses, right? Where it's like, sorry about that. It happens. We'll figure it out,
like,
you know?
You can't reason with the video game, right? You just got to figure it out, you know?
Can't reason with some of these fuckers too, man. Like,
that's true.
I had this lady call the Starbucks, right?
Oh, jeez.
And I pick up the phone and I'm like, "Hi, this is the Starbucks at blah 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 and blah blah. How can I help you?" And she just starts biting my ear off about like, she's like, "You messed up my drink again," and I'm like, "Well, I'm sure I didn't because I was on a bar today." But like, I'm sorry to hear that. She's like, this is the second time in 2 weeks, and I'm like, I'm sitting there thinking like, you probably come every single day.
Yeah.
2 out of 14 is not bad. Like,
that's pretty good.
Yeah.
And it's like, is it our fault that you didn't sip the fucking drink while you were in the drive-thru and be like, oh, this is wrong? Like,
you know what else? Also, I want people to understand that complaining about a fucking drink is like this, like calling. Let me rephrase that. Calling to complain about a fucking drink is the stupidest thing in the world.
Yeah. Well, it's like, I'm not gonna fucking make you a drink and drive it to your place, you know?
Exactly.
Like, maybe a screwdriver to your heart, I'll do that. But like, it's just like,
once you leave the store, if your drink is wrong, that is your fault. You've left the store.
Because you
can now go back to the store.
Like, what the fuck am I supposed to do for you? You know?
Yeah, exactly.
I got your drink already.
I literally was like, let me hand you off to someone who gives a shit. I didn't say that. I said, let me hand you off to someone who has a little bit more authority, and I handed it off to my shift manager. Yeah. But it was just like, it was one of those things where I really just wanted to like, be like, you do realize that we're closing right now, and I don't care, and click.
Bro,
like
the people near closing time are the worst because they really think they're gonna get shit. They're really complaining at like 4 minutes before we close. You think we give a fuck?
Oh my god,
bro! Dishes are washed. The floor is mopped. Shit's put away. Nobody gives a fuck. We're going home. Call in the morning.
Like, it is one of those things where it's like Starbucks for the most part is better because one, we like most of the shit that we make are drinks and we can clean that shit super fast, so we're actually like open until close. But the other thing is our cafe closes an hour before our drive-thru, so we can get the cafe shit done, you know. But it's just like I honestly didn't understand what the fuck this lady's issue was, you know.
Yep.
Like even if she comes once, or she comes only during the weekdays, right, for her morning coffee or whatever. It's like, okay, we messed up 2 drinks in the last 2 weeks, so that's 2 out of 10, which is not great, but you still have an 80% success rate. Like,
yeah,
you would take most surgeries with that. Like, really, what the fuck do you want? I don't know.
It's never good enough for some people. It's always got to be 100% or nothing. It's like,
yeah, it's fucking stupid, you know. It like, you guys have been in the service industry. You guys are in the service industry, and like, how often do you go into a fucking McDonald's or whatever? If their shit's down, you're just like, yeah, no worries, I'll wait the 5 minutes.
Yeah,
it's not a huge deal.
I'm totally like, yeah, man, no problem. Yeah. If I gotta wait, I gotta wait. It's cool. I understand.
Yeah, as long as I'm not there for like an hour.
Yep.
Who gives a shit?
Just like it's totally like, I never get it when people get like fucking furious about this shit. It's like especially when they have to relate on some level. They have to see how much bullshit that is.
Look, I can get the whole getting upset and stuff like that. I get that part. Like, say, like, if you really wanted a taco and you went to get a taco and they're all out of tortilla shells, you're just sitting there just like, how the fuck are you all out of tortilla shells? But guess what? I'm not going to get mad at you for being out of tortilla shells. I know you weren't the one who used all the tortilla shells.
Well, it's like, even if you were, it's like, what if they were just busy that day, you know?
Yeah.
It's like, you can't predict that shit.
Because, like, we have the thing on sale. We're advertising it for weeks beforehand, and everybody shows up to get some, and then you show up last and don't get none. Am I supposed to be sad for you? Like,
no.
You knew it was
coming. Are you supposed to be upset at the person working?
No. Nope. You know.
Yeah. Like, I had a lady who was getting upset, but it was really nice of her. She was like, I know it's not your fault. I'm just upset at the situation. Yeah. I'm like, you know what?
That's fair.
God bless. Like,
I can respect that. I can respect that.
You know, it's like, thank you for respecting me enough to tell me that. I feel for you.
I've had people go, man, they're really not doing you guys any favor, and I'll be like, nope, sure fucking aren't. Whenever we get fucked over by some shit that we have no control over, you know.
Speaking of getting fucked over by shit you have no control over, Crash Bandicoot's awesome.
Oh, god damn it!
I played some of that this week.
How'd it feel?
It felt like my controller was broken half the time, but the other half felt perfect. AKA, like, I'm trying to hold diagonal forward and I'm running straight to the right.
And this is the remaster.
I feel that shit.
Yeah, this is the remaster. Yeah. But other than that, everything felt really good. And Coyote time is almost exactly the same.
Okay.
So in the old games, or in the new game, if you jump right as you start falling, you can still jump. In the old games, you could walk off the cliff then jump. So that's the only difference, is that you start falling before you jump now.
Well, I guess that makes sense.
So you know when the Coyote time starts, because you'll see your person go into the starting of the animation. As long as you're not fully in the animation, you can still jump. But yeah, I played the first, I think, 5 levels. So I'm quite happy with the game. I will probably play it some more. It's thoroughly enjoyable. I think I'll play the rest on stream or something.
Yeah. I can't wait to get that game done and have all the shit edited so I never have to touch it.
Never even have to fucking look at it. I feel you.
Like, it's one of those games that I probably wouldn't be as upset playing but there's somebody there whose time I'm wasting by just constantly jumping in the same pit.
Oh, you're not wasting my time. I enjoy all of that.
Yeah, I know. But like that's how I view my video game time is like if I'm playing with somebody else, I should be playing as perfect as possible because somebody else is there and their time is being spent.
Now I'm the opposite where I'm like, I know killing Cameron here will waste a ton of time, but hey Cameron, go walk into that pit.
Oh my god, I have a broken navigator. So bad sometimes. The navigator is just god awful sometimes.
I would
he
love
really needs a new
like a Legend of Zelda where Navi is just a piece of shit and is completely wrong all the time, is leading Link into dangerous bullshit all the time.
There's just a waterfall. It's like, oh, I bet you there's treasure at the bottom of that. It's just like that's probably a hint to tell. This is probably a hint to tell me to go down the waterfall. Yeah. It's like goes down the waterfall. You get ganked for like 12,000.
It's like an anti-hint. It's like, do not listen to Navi at any point or you will die.
You know what I think would make that more fun because I'm a fucking terrible person is if 50-50 she's giving you good information or bad information.
That's the Sean in a fucking nutshell.
Absolutely.
Because like half the time she'll be like, oh, there's treasure over there, and you're like, oh fuck, the last 3 times it hasn't been treasure, but the time before that it was treasure. Like,
that's so
like
what it is. That's what I do at Cameron. I'll tell him there's an item over there. I'll be like, hey, go get that item, and then I won't tell him there's an enemy sitting right above him where the item is.
There was one that really got me, which was there's like a group of like 2 or 3 items that you can see visibly. He's like, oh, go grab that item, and then I go to pick up an item, and he goes, no, not that one. And then I get hit by an enemy because I wasn't supposed to pick that one up.
That's great. Okay, can I talk about something in a video game that I really, really enjoy?
Yeah.
In Pokemon Sword, thank Christ, they added in a quest marker. They did this in Pokemon like Sun, I think, as well. But like in Pokemon Sword, there's like a little tab that tells you what to do next for the story.
Really?
Yeah. It happens. It's on the start menu and on the map menu as well. Okay. So it's like everywhere you need to go. Perfect.
So for years, I kind of justified the games not really having that because Pokemon's all about exploration and kind of stumbling upon new cool shit, right? And and a lot of the roads are kind of straightforward. They might have branching paths, but they would branch to like 1 or 2 other places. So you wouldn't really get lost. But having that marker there tell you, hey, in order to progress what's actually going on, here's a marker. That's nice.
Yeah.
It's fucking great. I like the other thing too is that they had this in Pokemon Leaf Green, where when you started up the game again,
it would remind you where
it would give you a little journal entry of being like, oh, we did this and this and this, and now we have to go do this. You could skip right past it. I did most of the time because that game I played like consistently, but when I put the game down for like a couple of months and I opened it back up, it would be nice to be like, oh yeah, I have to go beat Koga now, or like, oh yeah, I have to go beat Blaine now. It's like, fuck, like why is this not standard in Pokemon games? I don't give a shit about any other game, but Pokemon games need to have this shit because a lot of times you'll be stuck somewhere and have to do some very specific thing or talk to one very specific person, and you're like, fuck. Like
I almost feel like the remake games are made by someone else, like are made by like a different team of people who are like, they saw all like the weaknesses and all the mistakes of the old games, and they're kind of seeing that in the new games too, and they're like, well, we put this cool thing in, because a lot of the stuff in those remake games never gets put into the newer games. Like in Soul Silver and Heart Gold, the Pokemon following you thing didn't come back until the Pokemon Go, Eevee, and Pikachu games.
Yeah.
Like a lot of those remake games, like Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, has a bunch of shit that's just unique to those games. That just never came back ever.
Yeah. I don't know, man.
Pokemon's in a weird kind of limbo, I think, because like they made a game that people still enjoyed, but they're kind of on like the edge. Like I think this might be the last one that they can really get away with. I feel.
Yeah.
Because
they're creating DLC for it.
Yeah, which I think is cool. I think that's the model they should be going with instead of just making a whole new fucking game. Like as long as Pokemon Gun doesn't come out or whatever the fuck, then Sword and Shield these expansion packs are cool. Okay, but if then a new game comes out and then also there's an expansion pack for that one that's just the same as the two previous, then fuck that. But as long as it's just the DLC, we're cool. This should be the model going forward.
Crash Bandicoot just got DLC.
Did it really?
Yeah, it got new levels.
Like breaking news? Is that what you're saying, or is it a thing that
happened? I don't know about breaking news, but it happened recently because I logged in last night to Crash and it's like Storm whatever is available now. And
Stormcaller.
Yeah, and there's new levels for the game. So I'm just like, okay, was not expecting that, but all right.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna say though, something about Pokemon.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say,
Pokemon.
I was gonna say that it would make a lot of sense to me if the Pokemon Gun was an update.
Right, exactly.
Like a $15 or $20 update.
It's like a layer you put over the base game.
Yeah.
I can see that.
I would love that. I would love these games. I would love Pokemon just fucking modernized for real. Like, please. Let's catch up to all these other games that are doing these little changes that are making the games more fun to play, but still providing you some sort of challenge. Because Pokemon hasn't been a challenge really. It hasn't even really the challenge aspect of it hasn't even really been interesting since Diamonds and Pearl, maybe.
Gotcha.
For me at least, I think maybe a little bit in Black and White. But that's just because the villain of that was kind of cool to me. But other than that,
gotcha.
It's just it's the game's just so piss easy. You don't even really have to try. As crazy as I am, I grind like crazy, but I really don't have to. I can have one level 20 Pokemon in the beginning and kind of just roll through everybody and have no problems.
Maybe they should make maybe they figure out a way to make a hard mode in the game.
They should add a hard mode to Pokemon. Fuck putting easy modes in Sekiro. Put a hard mode in Pokemon. fuck these challenges I have to impose on myself to make a game good. The game should be doing that.
Yeah.
I would like a legit Nuzlocke mode.
Yeah,
that would be cool. One that's already programmed to the game, so that way it's forced instead of.
But then they'd have to acknowledge that Pokemon die, and they haven't done that since not properly anyway. Since they have the Pokemon graveyard areas, but it's never it's you never straight up see the Pokemon get killed in battle, right? That's a little too graphic for kiddies, so they wouldn't really acknowledge that. The original games, like Red and the first generation, second, and mostly first and second, had some really dark shit going on, especially with in the first generation how Mewtwo was created and how Team Rocket was killing people, and in Silver, which was or in the second generation where it was kind of the same stuff, but it was mostly Team Rocket just beating the fuck out of people and robbing them and all that shit. It's really weird.
Pokemon is surprisingly dark when it doesn't need to be, and then it's not.
Yeah.
I will say I think except for Sun and Moon, and I'm not really sure about Sword and Shield, but the Pokemon, the stories of Pokemon games were kind of going in a good direction, I think, for a little while, because they were getting into stuff so there was one villain whose name was just N, but he every time you fought him, he had a different team because he didn't believe Pokemon should be trapped in Pokeballs all the time. He didn't think they should be owned by humans. So
that's pretty cool.
They were getting into themes like that where the villain of Diamond and Pearl was I just want to kill everyone in the universe and make a nothing universe. That's it. It's
that's pretty fun.
There's weird shit. So these villains have weird in Sun and Moon it was a good story because it was a little nonsensical, but the villain was I want to rip a hole open to another universe and get these Pokemon in that universe to come here and do stuff with them. You know, like the stories are going like crazy weird directions, and I think they should keep that up. I'm not sure about whatever Sword and Shield story is. I'm not sure if it gets like as crazy as that, but like
you want more of that.
I want more of that. I want more crazy weird shit. I want more like I want Pokemon to just start like going nuts. Because in Derek, do you remember the story of Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire? Like the Delta,
like the end game content.
Yeah, like the Delta episode and all that.
No, well, I kind of know a little bit about it, but I haven't actually beaten those two yet. Like I beat the original Sapphire, and then I just haven't beaten the remakes.
Would you mind if I kind of spoiled it right now?
Nah, fuck it.
So
I'm already like what 10 years late to the party.
True, yeah. So Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire take place in an alternate universe from the original Ruby and Sapphire games. They say that in the game.
Oh yeah, that's why the Mega Evolution works in this game, right?
Exactly. Yeah, they're basically like they get into things like, you know, if we moved this rock to the left, Mega Evolution doesn't exist. And that's basically what happens in the original timeline, right? And they talk about how they hint that without Mega Evolution, the other world was basically destroyed by a thing. You know, they get all vague about it. It's so crazy and weird, and it's like, how is this in a Pokemon game? How is weird time travel, alternate dimension shenanigans in a Pokemon game? It's so cool. This is a video game ass video game.
Cool. That's a pretty fucking cool thing. Not gonna lie.
It's sci-fi. It's there. Whoever's there, they're pushing.
I did know about that.
It's so cool. It's so cool. I think it's why I get so disappointed in Pokemon games, because there's cool shit in there, but they kind of focus on the wrong thing, I think.
There's a cool scene in the Sonic movie that was like that. Seeing the world that Sonic came from was actually pretty cool.
They should have shown like an alternate universe with the old Sonic, like it opened up.
That's what I wanted.
Like,
that's what.
This could have been you.
The very beginning of the movie was a great tone setter.
Was it?
Was it? Because I felt like it was super at odds with the rest of the fucking.
Is that the bit with the baby Sonic in it?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So the only part that I'm talking about is the part where his giant owl mother gets shot by echidnas.
Yeah, exactly.
I was like, oh fuck! I was hoping the movie would go more in that direction.
You know what that is? That's from that. I think they're taking the darkness from like the Archie comic books and putting it into and using that to kind of explain the world, because that's what those comic books are.
Probably.
Like a lot of characters die in that shit. They just get fucking waxed because some dude decided to kill them. Like I think Eggman just whips out a gun and just shoots somebody one time. Just pops him in the brain.
Oh yeah, that happens. I'm sure plenty of times.
Like in those comics, Super Sonic is a psychopath who kills people. Like when he turns into Super Sonic, it's an alternate personality, and it kills people. It's so nuts.
I love the beginning of that movie. Like that's the one thing that I was like, man, if the movie was closer to this, I would watch the shit out of it.
Mm-hmm. That's the funny thing. I thought that was super. Like when that happened, I was like, I don't really know if I want to sit through this. And then the rest of the movie, it was just like completely like cartoony and upbeat. And I'm just like, oh, so that entire premise was completely juxtaposed to what the entirety of the tone of the rest of the film is like.
I was upset.
Okay, fuck it.
I was really hoping it would be all like that.
I feel like a few movies do that, where it's kind of like really dark in the beginning to kind of explain the character's origin, but then it lightens up as time goes on, because, you know.
Yeah. Well, the other thing, too, is that it made Sonic... It gave him, like, a really decent reason to kind of be...
dumb.
I was gonna say edgy.
Mm-hmm.
Like...
Oh, that's true, yeah.
And depressed.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, okay, yeah, you know what? I can see how this happy-go-lucky dude could be depressed under all that shit, you know?
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking. But it was just... He was so dumb, but it made sense of why he was dumb.
Yeah. It was like... It was a good explanation. It was just so fucking weird comparatively.
Yeah. I just really wish they went more into that part, which I feel like they're going to do that in the next movie.
Possibly, yeah.
Because the whole reveal at the end of the movie.
So how deep do you think they're gonna go with the sequel? Do you think they're gonna stop at like Sonic's friends, or are they gonna hit you with like the Chaotix and Shadow and Rouge? And...
well, I can definitely tell you they're bringing in one of Sonic's friends for sure.
They're bringing one of Sonic. I think so. What I think they're gonna do.
will be there 100% for sure.
All right.
Absolutely.
So this is my prediction for the next movie. Tails is obviously going to be there 100%.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
my prediction for the next movie is that it's going to be what they do and how they screw up every single sequel to movies like this is where it's going to basically be a clip show of them going from world to world saving people.
Okay.
Okay, so
is that based on something
we're gonna
in the movie?
Yes, so we're going to go spoilers real quick. So at the end of the movie... Okay, wait, give it a second. We're going to spoilers.
Thanos dies.
5, 4, 3, 2...
Damn it!
Okay.
Snape kills Dumbledore.
Yes, Snape killed Dumbledore. So at the end of the movie, Tails comes out of a portal and goes, "Finally, I found him. Whatever blah 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 tale was real. He's here. I gotta go find him now." Right? So I'm guessing the owl lived. The owl started a new civilization or a new area with having Tails as the hero there or whatever, with a whole bunch of other people, a couple other hedgehogs, Amy, yada yada. And then Tails is gonna go find Sonic, and using Sonic's power, they're gonna go save all his friends from other worlds. And then by doing that, he befriends an echidna named Knuckles.
That sounds like it's gonna suck.
It's gonna suck so badly, but that's what they're gonna do. They're gonna do an adventure tale going from world to world, saving his friends.
Probably they'll group up over time, and then
over the course of a single movie.
It would really
over the course of a single movie, his whole crew is gonna be back together.
Because you know what, they can't have like a Sonic Adventure type story, you know, where they go around by themselves and do shit, or it's like the cutting back and forth between the characters or anything. It's just gotta go save them.
Which sucks because he doesn't know any of them. He's gonna have to meet all of them in a single movie, and that's gonna be terrible.
Like, for the first time, and then it's gonna be like, and then Amy's gonna fall in love with them, and then we're gonna have to deal with that bullshit for the whole fucking movie, and then
see, I don't mind Amy falling. Like, I'm totally down with her being like, "Oh, love at first sight."
Yeah,
blah, blah, blah.
I'm okay with
That's
that.
Chill, whatever, fuck it. But like Tails popping up and like knowing who Sonic is, there's no fucking background for that.
So the only thing that I can think of is the owl told him that you need to find this person to save our world.
I'm pretty sure the canon of Sonic is that Tails did know, though, because he found he found Sonic's plane. Because let's not forget that plane that we see him in on what the fuck is it called? Sonic Boom? That plane is based off a plane from like the earlier games, and that plane is Sonic's. Like, he owns it. I don't know if it's I don't know if it's in the movies at all, but I wouldn't be surprised if they brought it in somehow as like he's got like a plane, and then he fucking crashes it at the beginning of the movie, and then Tails rolls up, and he's like, "Are you Sonic? Can I fix your plane?"
The thing is, okay, so the issue I have with it, and I'm sure they will eventually like talk about this, blah 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 blah, but the issue that I have with it is that obviously we know who Tails is.
Yeah.
But Sonic has no basis for knowing Tails, and Tails knows who Sonic is.
Yeah. Tails knows who Sonic is, but not who he is. So if they play that part well, it'll be like
I already know who the villain is going to be. It's Metal Sonic.
So I don't think it's going to be
well, because Eggman's obsessed with Sonic now because Sonic beat his ass. So now he's like, I'm going to build a Metal Sonic.
Left.
Yeah,
yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. Yep, he's building a Metal Sonic. You're 100% right. But look.
Yeah, see.
Oh, go ahead.
I'm sure they will have a way to explain it.
Oh yeah.
As it stands, of course, it's some funky bull shrimp.
As it stands, it is definitely some funky bull shrimp. 100%.
That is all I want to say.
Yeah. So like, the thing about it is that I feel like the way to do it right would be to introduce maybe Tails and Knuckles this movie. Or the
upcoming movie.
The upcoming movie.
Here's maybe not Tails and Knuckles. Maybe Tails and Amy, because Knuckles is like his own can of worms. He comes with his own story.
True. Yeah, he comes. Knuckles might actually just be Knuckles the movie.
Unlike Sonic,
I'd be down for Knuckles to be the.
I'd rather flex my muscles.
I'd be down for Sonic or for Knuckles being the like antagonist of the next movie.
That's gonna be the tagline.
And like keeping the
Okay.
Chaos Emeralds and shit.
Okay. So Knuckles movie is
Knuckles the Echidna. Flex your muscles.
So Knuckles movies will be Eggman finally figured out how to do intertransmutation ring travel.
Mm-hmm. You want to try that again?
Travel. Yeah, interdimension ring travel.
Intermutation. What was that?
Yeah, yo, my brain ate shit there. Okay, like, have you ever you ever see that? You ever see the video of the guy who like jumps out of his car and sprints and then gets back in his car?
No.
Okay, they're stupid southern people on a highway. They do stupid things.
Okay.
But yeah, my brain basically did that, but the first step was just into dirt, and I flipped over and flipped.
Anyway, go ahead.
Dumb. But yeah, he figured out how to travel through time, and then not time, through dimensions, and using that, he gets to Echidna's tower where the Master Emerald is, and he fucking steals that shit.
Do they mention the emeralds at all in this movie?
Nope, and I can't wait till they do, because Super Sonic needs to be a thing in this movie. In one of the movies.
I wasn't sure if they would. I figured they would go with like the rings as like the power source for the first movie.
So they use rings not as a power source, but as what's it called?
Transportation devices.
Transportation devices.
Like in the game.
Which, yeah. So and then Sonic has this like quill power where he has super powered quills that make him be able to run fast and everything like that, right?
Why's that?
I don't fucking know. That's just what they went
He couldn't just be fast?
Nope.
Okay.
His superpower is his quills are supercharged, and no one knows why.
They did the same thing to the Flash, where they like, all right, let's start just throwing lightning all over his shit anytime we can.
That's 100% what they did with Sonic.
That sucks.
Also, Sonic was reading a bunch of Flash comics.
Like I know lightning is supposed to be, lightning fast, lightning quick, but it doesn't make sense to just have lightning shooting off your guy just because he's fast. Just make him fast.
Yeah.
It would make more sense to have him burst into flames.
Yeah, it would. But so then Tails shows up, and Tails has her little spinny doohickey things. But that's his. Yeah, right. Sorry, his spinny doohickey thing. Although I'm really happy with the voice they gave Tails. I'm okay with that.
Wait, is Tails in the
movie? How do you feel about? Yeah, Tails is at the very end.
He's at the very end.
Oh, I thought it was just like
he's just like a little cameo.
I thought it just shows ass or something. I didn't think it actually.
No. Like he had a whole dialogue and everything, and I actually thoroughly enjoyed his voice.
Okay.
Jesus, again with the people outside doing shit while I'm recording
every day or every time.
Fuck.
But yeah. So like that's how I feel about the movie. Like Tails then had his super speed thing, which is his power is his tails, and I'm guessing he met with the owl to talk about how he has a superpower that's super important. And there's one other person they met. His name was Sonic. You need to go find him in the world. And then Tails makes a doohickey to go find the doohickey.
Look, man, I'm just gonna check in when Shadow the Hedgehog comes out. How about that?
Oh, that'd be fucking great.
That's like Sonic 4 or 5, I think.
Yeah.
If they even get that far.
Look, I would be okay with him just okay, and then yeah, all right. I think I'm done.
They need to remake those games, Sonic Adventure, because that game sucks. Sonic Adventure 2 was fine. Remake Shadow the Hedgehog, and then remake Sonic Heroes. There you go.
Let's see and remake Sonic 06.
Nah.
Or just don't.
Just don't acknowledge its existence. How about that?
But I like Sonic 06.
No, you don't. No, you don't.
Just
no.
The mechanic. I
Nope.
did like, but
Nope.
But
nope.
It's
no.
It's
Nope,
too
nope, nope,
it's
no,
too
no.
late.
You don't. Sonic 06 doesn't exist.
Okay, so I'm just gonna be a man here and say that this is the podcast.
Yep.
This is the podcast.
Derek, where can we find you?
You can find me at Came a Second on everything.
All right, where can we find you, Deshaun?
Mr. Urban Buddha. If you Google it, I'm sure you'll find something.
You can find me at I Press the Buttons on a lot of things, mostly everything. As always, you guys laugh at yourself. I'm gonna fucking figure out why my brain is dying. And as always, take care. Brush your teeth, floss, do what you need to do. Stay hydrated.
Watch
I'll
Sonic
catch you guys
X.
later. Watch, please. Bye.
Rougher than Knuckles, the best of them, tougher than Knuckles. You can call me Knuckles, unlike Knuckles, I don't chuckle. I'd rather flex my knuckles, I'm hard as Knuckles, it ain't hard to chuckle. I break them down whether they Knuckles, unlike Knuckles, I'm independent since my first chuckle. First Knuckles, still the Knuckles, then no Knuckle chuckle. Born on an island, in the Knuckles, the Knuckles.